when worry gets so bad that you can't sleep. Part of being human means we have stress in our lives. It just goes with being human. The measure of success is not about material gains. It is more about how we overcome our challenges and grow in character. By Carol Rathel. Hi beautiful beings, I'm Carol Rathel and I'm an occupational therapist, metaphysical minister. Today I'm going to address the subject of stress and worry, particularly worrying late at night and not being able to sleep. It's time to get off the wheel of worry and begin to use the power you were born with. The power to be the director of your life, the director of your body, and the director of your mind. I believe that in the past I held the trophy for being the world's biggest worrier. Okay, I did have an anxiety disorder, so that gave me the advantage. But I was just super capable of jumping on that wheel of worry, and it spiraled and it spiraled until I was a shaking, blubbering mess. Can anyone relate to that? So I'm going to give you a peek into your brain and your body with what happens when you get into a negative thought cycle, as I call it, and can't get off. And then in the second half of the video, I'm going to talk about the power you have to bring yourself back and some tools to get into a space of feeling relaxed, calm, and able to sleep. To make this easy for you to remember, when you are involved in worrying, I will call that fear. And when you are taking positive action to calm down for sleep, I will call that love. And this is because when you break down all of our emotions, they either stem from fear or love. It's easy to remember, right? Fear, love. Fear, love. You'll never forget those now. Fear is what we are engaged in when we worry. We can have a fear about money, fear about our family, fear about our partners, fear of losing our partner maybe, a fear of, and another fear. While we are thinking about what we fear, there is a change of chemicals and hormones in our body. Cortisone and adrenaline are pumped out, causing our body to prepare for action, like the fight and flight response. Our body, with those chemicals crashing about inside it, puts out the message that it is worried. And so our brain searches for more things to be worried about. So there is a cycle going on there. Our thoughts cause our body to get into the stress response. The body, in its stress response, causes the brain to look for something to worry about. The body is saying, danger, danger. And your brain is like, where's the danger? So this is the cycle that we need to get out of. If we continue in that cycle, we end up in the bottom of the hole we drilled for ourselves. And on your way there, your brain is experiencing an overload too, because it is firing off thousands of neurons all over the place as your thoughts connect one fear to the next and the next and the next. It is inevitable that it is going to reach a point of catastrophe. Catastrophizing is fear with the volume turned way up. Any ability to think rationally is gone. The fight and flight chemicals have completely overtaken the chemicals that we need to think and solve our problems. It is more geared towards getting out of the danger, not how to solve the stress. I think I've painted enough of a picture there, so now let's look at how you can deal with the worries and how you can turn your life around. If this is the first time you're hearing this information, and then when you put it into practice, this is going to transform your life. So now we're going to step out of the fear and we're going to step into love. Love being the opposite of fear. Love is choosing to do things that support your health. Love leads to a feeling of well-being. So what I'm about to tell you is about loving yourself. I'll get to talking about the nighttime, but for now, I'll give you some tools. During the day, or when your mind is quiet, as soon as you notice you have begun to worry about things, step into your mind and firmly and loudly say, "Stop!" This brings your brain to an abrupt halt. You don't need to say it out loud if there's people around. It could look a bit weird. But in your mind you can shout, "Stop!" This will bring a few seconds of silence. After a couple of seconds, say something like, "For the love of me, this goes no further." Say something that tells you on all levels of your being that you love yourself and that you intend to change. So like if you said, "Stop it, you dumb beep," it's negative. It's a message of self-hate. We're not going to do that. It has to be self-loving. So I really like, "For the love of me, this goes no further." Next, say something that empowers you. If you're worrying about money and your debts and whether you can pay your bills, a good statement could be, "I'm getting better at trusting that all of my needs are being met." This will turn your subconscious mind into coming up with good ideas on what you can do to increase your abundance, to change the situation. Maybe to let go of some things that you may not need, like Netflix. The statement needs to be in the now, not "I am going to trust my needs will be met," but it has to be now. I am getting better at trusting all my needs are being met. Give yourself a pat on your shoulder and then turn your attention to what you were doing before you began to worry. Immerse yourself fully into that with all of your senses. See what you're doing, feel what you're touching, hear what you can hear. If you weren't doing anything at the time, just sitting there worrying, get up and go and do something you enjoy, something that soothes you or nurtures you in some way, like a hobby, playing with a pet, a brisk walk, anything that takes your attention off worries and gives you a sense of purpose, joy, or if you're working, find a way to find joy in your work. The key is to be present in what you're doing in that moment. Worry thought patterns tend to become really frequent and they often have the same theme. So you may find yourself doing the "stop" a lot when you first start noticing your thoughts. Know that every time you notice and you shift gears in your mind, you are training your brain and it will be making new nerve connections between its neurons, which are nerve cells, to create a new circuit. And every time, even if it's the 20th time in the last hour, you are training your brain. It is creating a new circuit. So none of those times that you stop yourself are wasted. Don't feel like you're a slow learner. It all adds up. If you look at your thought cycles like a road in your brain, the new thought behaviour starts out like a little track that you could hike along. And the more times you practice it, it develops into a road, then into a 4-lane road, and soon it will become a motorway. So every time you say "stop," give yourself a positive message and focus your attention on what you're doing, it will build that road more and more. Now, what happens to the negative thought spiral? Every time you interrupt that, no matter what stage you notice, it will dwindle from being a highway to the 4-lane road, to the 2-lane road, and down to the track. And in time it can dwindle away because you become really practiced at being disciplined with your thoughts. How long can this take? When I began to do this, it took me 2 days to master the interrupting my thoughts. It took me about a week to change my thinking. It took a couple of weeks to be really engaged in the new thoughts. Now, let's talk about nighttime worrying. At nighttime, the house is quiet. Usually you're in bed trying to get to sleep. And so you hear every noise, every creak of the house as it cools down from the daytime. So here's what you can do. Beds are for sleeping in or enjoying your love with a partner. It is not for worrying. Instead of staying in that bed worrying, or even before you go to bed, make yourself a hot chocolate, a Milo if you have it in your country, with lots of milk, and go and sit in a comfortable chair with a pen and a notebook or a pad of paper. Hot chocolate or Milo is very similar chemically to human breast milk and provides the same type of comfort we received as a baby. You were probably soothed by being taken to a breast, and you're cuddled and you're drinking warm milk. So if it's a bit chilly, grab a blanket too and wrap it around yourself. If you really don't like hot chocolate, maybe heat up some milk with a bit of sweetener in it. And if you don't like dairy, try nut milk. Make yourself a hot, soothing drink, whatever it is, but not coffee or tea. So with your hot beverage, turn to your paper and begin to get your worries out of your mind and onto that paper. Try and sum up your worry with one word. This is really key. This reduces the size of the worry in your mind to one word that represents the worry. So if you're worried about having enough money, it can be summed up as money. Fear of losing your partner can be summed up as alone. Write these words down with lots of space between them and draw a circle around each word. When you've got them all written down, write a short sentence underneath one worry that says what you would prefer to have. So money could be, my needs are easily being met. Or my favourite, the universe loves to give me money. Money always appears when I need it. Something like that. If you're worrying about your partner, like feeling a bit inadequate, when we're stressed it's easy to feel like we're not good enough for them, you could write something like, I am so grateful that, write his or her name, loves me. I deserve her or his love. Do this for all of your fears, making positive sentences that give you the message you deserve to have ease in your life. Another example could be you experience pain in your joints, may have a joint problem. You could say, I enjoy great health. My body experiences comfort and ease. Now your brain might jump up and say, but science says this problem never heals. Or my doctor says, just shut that voice up with your no. It doesn't matter what reality says, that's not the point of this exercise. Reason being is that we have the power to manifest anything in our life that we want. We were born with that power. We just maybe didn't get taught to use it. But we manifest everything. We also manifest our fears if we hold on to them long enough. So this is a really important thing for you to know. And why I'm telling you this now, so you can change that whole inner dialogue and create what you do want in your life. Repeat your positive, affirming sentences out loud if you can, or whisper to yourself if you're going to wake somebody up, if you say them out loud. Then go to bed. The last thing your brain will have heard are those positive statements. Now, when you're laying down, bring your attention to your breathing. Breathe in love and peace. Maybe say the word in your mind. And each time you breathe out, relax. And let your body relax. Notice where you're holding tension. And just become loose and limp. By doing this, your brain waves will slow down and sleep will come. You can play a quiet relaxation meditation once you've got into bed. I am in the throes of making one of those, and I will put it in the description box below. If you want to be notified when that's ready, subscribe to the link about my meditations, and I will email you when it's done. A meditation, especially one that's designed to help you relax, also slows your brain waves down so you can just slip further into sleep. You can play it on your phone, it will be on the internet. And if you've got a partner there, use earbuds so it won't wake them. If you're still awake half an hour after going to bed, don't stay there trying to sleep. Get up again. There is no point still trying to go to sleep. We need to break the habit of you laying in bed, awake, stressing. So get up, and this time, write a short list of the things in your life that you are grateful for, or things that are going really well. This changes your chemical and hormone balance to a calm, relaxing flavour. Then go to bed and do the breathing again. You're training your brain and your body to not lay in your bed worrying. Just focus on being calm, present, and relaxing breathing. We've all been there. We've all had times in our life when we've worried at night not being able to sleep. And like I said, I think I might have had the trophy. But these tools changed my life, and I hope they change yours. Just know this, you are not going mad. But being able to manage it in a healthy way is what leads to a feeling of well-being and joy in your life. And you deserve this. You deserve ease and peace when you go to bed at night. So subscribe to this channel, subscribe to my mailing list, and I will notify you when I bring out that meditation. It'll only be a couple of days. So, I look forward to seeing you, and I will be waiting for you in my next video. Bye for now.